Hi, back again. All right, this is the fourth video in the Healing Heart series, and in this video we're going to talk about energy. What do we mean when we talk about energy? We were all created from a divine spark of energy. In the spiritual and in the scientific communities, there's scientific proof that we're all energetic beings and that we're all energetically connected to one another. So there's a lot of forward thinking and forward movement in the healing community that we can communicate with our thoughts. We can send healing energy to someone else with our thoughts. And as an example, on September 11th, they did an energetic assessment of the planet Earth. And when September 11th happened, there was a collective mass energetic response to all the prayers that were going on September 11th. Like in the world, right? But they could actually measure it scientifically, that the energetic resonance spiked on September 11th. That's just, one thing that always stuck out to me in my mind that kind of proves that we're all energetically connected, because that collective prayer and thought for everyone on September 11th was able to be scientifically measured. Okay, you could probably, Google it and look it up, but that's a fact, right? So we're all energetic. And I guess examples of this for people to either prove or disprove as far as relating it to us as humans. Like, did you ever walk into a room and you got a feeling like, ooh, it doesn't feel too good in here, or something just happened in here, or was there a fight? What's going on here? Right? You could feel it, right? So that's part of energetic vibrations, if you will, right? Have you ever been around someone, we all have at some point, right, who's really angry, or really, and you feel it, you're like, whoa, it affects us, right? When someone's angry, we feel the fire and we feel the fury, right? When someone's angry. Just as well as on the other side of it, if someone's happy, and you can feel the energy of happiness and joy, right? So they've done studies as well, and there's authors out there that have studied our levels of consciousness, right? And our levels of vibration, right? And there's the levels build, right? So emotions have an energetic vibration. Like I just said, with anger and happiness and joy, there's different levels of energetic expression with our emotions, right? So a lot of, on a side note, with acupuncture and a lot of Chinese medicine, emotions get stuck in the body. That energy gets stuck in different meridians in the body. So acupuncture and acupressure and all that, they go to different parts in the body and they try to move the energy or release the tightness or whatever in certain parts of the body. And each part has a corresponding organ, right? Within all the different meridians within the body. So when we are living our lives, right, and we're out and about, if we are easily triggered, right, if we're not at peace within, like I spoke about in the last video, as far as our own self-love and our own well-being and our own balance within, if we're not in that place, which a lot of people aren't, a lot are, but a lot aren't as well, right? So if you know anyone who's just doing their own thing, say they're driving and someone cuts them off and they go from 0 to 1,000, right? They're totally freaking out. That's someone that's not in balance within, that they could be triggered by an external situation that allows their emotions to just, go through the roof. So that energy, other people can feel that energy and feel that fury, right? So when you are existing and being that way in your daily life, then you're going to start resonating and attracting similar experiences, right? Similar energies, right? So if you're angry, right? Somebody cuts you off, you're angry and you curse them out, then you go to work and you're all charged up, as an example, and you go in and someone says something wrong or off color or looks at, and then you like go after. It's that energy. People feel the energy and they react to the energies, right? So our level of energetic being affects how we live in the world. It affects how we move in the world, and what happens to us in the world is connected to our energy, right? So like there's levels, right? Lower levels of energy would be anger, right? Fear, guilt, shame, jealousy. Those could all be like labeled as lower level energies. So when we are in that experience and experiencing that emotion because of our thoughts, we're going to feel that. Other people are going to feel that energy. We're going to attract more things that are going to create more of that energy, right? So when we start healing ourselves and coming from a loving heart space and expanding out from a loving heart space, our bright light, white light and energy, our energy vibration raises up. Love, joy, happiness, peace are higher level of vibration, right? So when we live like Gandhi and a lot of these spiritual gurus, right? They live in a higher level of consciousness. They live in peace, right? They live in peace. They're in control of their environment based upon being centered and peaceful within. So that's how there's that, the law of attraction and the secret and all that. A lot of that has to do with where are you within yourself? Where are you at emotionally? Are you peaceful? Are you centered? Are you balanced? Are you loving yourself, not in an ego way, but in a divine way, knowing that you were created from love? And because you were created from love, you're loving and valuable. And you have a part to play in the bigger scheme, right, of life. A lot of the spiritual gurus live from that higher level and live from peace, so then they create peace around them. If you ever notice, like when Gandhi walks into the room, he's very peaceful. Everyone around him is peaceful. He's not resonating with a lower level energy like anger and fear and guilt. He's resonating with the higher. So he's peaceful. His environment is peaceful. That's the key, right? So as it is within, it will be external to yourself, right? So that's why, I believe, and my experience has been in life, no matter what happens, if we look up to the bigger, the higher, the divine, bigger than ourselves, more knowing and more powerful than we could ever be. When we look up for our guidance and our acceptance and our love and our healing, we're healed within, right? And when we look within ourselves and see that loving, divine, peaceful, all-knowing, we have that divine within us. Everything resolves external to us, right? When we look up and we look within, we're good. We're good. The challenge becomes our society, and we're conditioned to a large degree to look outside of ourselves, right? Look outside to see if you're okay. Look outside to see if you're accepted. Look outside to see if you're loved, right? Look outside yourself for acceptance. Look outside yourself for worthiness, right? That's where the problems come in. That's where all the problems come in, because we can't look to others to give us what we have to give ourselves. And we give it to ourselves through awareness, right? Our thoughts, being aware of our thoughts and our beliefs and how we navigate that, our feelings, to think positive thoughts about ourselves and about our circumstances to create positive inner landscape. Then our energy is raised up and we kind of can just float through life. People are like, oh, you're so lucky. Like, how are you so lucky? You know, it's not about luck, really. It's about being a vibrational match for all these beautiful things in life. I mean, you'll hear Oprah talk about she became the person through a lot of hard times, right? A lot of very difficult, if you know her story, you know, she's had her share of experiences that she probably would have rather have not had, right? But it created her and it molded her to be the person and be the higher vibrational expression that attracts bigger things, right? Because when we think of others first, when we're at peace within and we shine our light on others and think of others and their expression and assist in the expansion of the universe and in the expansion of healing on the planet, everybody rises up, right? And then it just gets lighter and brighter and bigger, right? And then it's like a win-win for everybody. When people are in their ego and like, watch out, I'm gonna bulldoze over you, for me, that doesn't work, because the person's just out for themselves, right? And them getting and having and being, more than others, that doesn't work. It's when you come from that true, authentic space of love and healing, and peace within, that's when you rise up and big things. And I'm not saying rise up where you're here and others are there. I'm saying your vibrational expression is one of light, right? A pure light, of a raised expression. Then that expression can be seen by others and you can teach others how to live in that space for themselves. So the more people that are out there in positive, light-filled, loving expressions, it raises the whole planet, right? The whole planet raises up. And that's the goal, because when the whole planet raises up from that space, then there will be less anger, less conflict, right? Less war, less ego-based actions that people take when they're coming from a lower vibration. So I believe we all experience things in life that are really difficult and really hard in some way, shape, or form for us, because we're meant to transcend those experiences and to shine a light for those coming behind us who might experience the same thing, and see your positive transcendence through that. And it just helps everyone, right? It helps everybody when we do that, when we live that way. People that are rooted in the ego and are self-serving and self-directed for their own personal gain, it doesn't reverberate out in a positive expression to others, and it doesn't lift all ships, right? Might lift that person's ship for a time or more. We don't know. It's not for us to decide either, right? But when we have that collective expression of light and love for everything, all beings, all vibrational beings, then it lifts us all up. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved in coaching and creating healing programs and healing vibrations for others, so that they know that there's a light of hope out there that they can heal too from whatever they've experienced in their life, and use it for good for others, right? That's my goal anyway. Hopefully that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing whatever, that's my goal, so we'll see, right? Time would tell, right? So anyway, that's the video on energy. Thanks for joining me again. That's the last one for today, because I've made all these in one day, and I know I rambled on, but I hope you get the overall message, and I will see you in the next video.